Chelsea in their portion in that first half was very, very cautious, very cautious. I don't know why Liam Racine and his players approached it that way, that approach it from that first half. I don't know why, and for the whole game actually. And when they tried to attack in the last 10-15 minutes, it was too little, too late, too little, too late. And obviously, when you open up against Arsenal, and this is what I have to say as well, when you open up against Arsenal, they will expose you. They will punish you, and it happened in the last 10-15 minutes when Chelsea started to open up a little bit more. Arsenal punished them, but it was too little, too late. You made Arsenal conserve the energy in a comfortable way. You didn't make them like conserve their energy in a bad way, like by attacking them for the first minute and dominate and try to create chances and really making them having to work for it. No, you just let them. They're telling you to defend, and you're like, no, we don't want to attack them. What is this? It's like both. Like in general, the game was not that great. The game wasn't that great, but from Arsenal's side, and this is very important for Arsenal. It's about winning. It's about winning in this kind of knockout stages, knockout games. It's about winning. Doesn't matter how you do it. I don't know why people are so obsessed about Arsenal are boring, etc., etc. I mean, if Arsenal are boring, then why Chelsea played the way they played in the first half and the second half as well, to some degree as well. So, because Chelsea didn't try to attack. So, and listen, Arsenal, I don't think they were at their best, but they didn't have to be at their best because they were winning the tie. They're like, okay, can you show us? Can you break us down? And I think Arsenal did a fantastic job in it. And when Chelsea started to open up, Arsenal saw the opportunity to capitalize on it, maybe, even though they didn't need to because they were still winning the tie. But they scored. Kai Havertz, brilliant finish, brilliant assists also from Declan Rice, who again, fantastic performance from him once again. The guy is like a V8 engine. The guy can run, can defend, attack, run, defend, attack and defend, track back. I mean, he's an fantastic. He's been absolutely unbelievable for Arsenal this season. Some people will disagree with me, but that's my opinion. He's been absolutely fantastic this season. Players like Zubimendi, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, they've been fantastic also. But Kai Havertz, considering he's had a difficult 12 months, where I think the last goal he scored was against Manchester City last year, and that was his first goal since then. Even though I think he scored in the Champions League against Kairat, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So, but great to see him bounce back, and also not only that, scoring the big goal, the big winning goal, especially coming back from that big injury, but also doing it against his former club once again, the same club that he scored the Champions League final and winning the Champions League final for Chelsea, scoring the goal against his former club. He got a bit of stick from Chelsea fans, but that's understandably. But he scored the winning goal. And what a great moment for him and great moment for Arsenal. They go through to the final. They should face Manchester City. If you look at Arsenal's chances for 4 competitions, I mean, they have a chance to win the Carabao Cup, of course. It's there for the taking. I think, from what I heard, I think Mark Gui is going to be not going to be available for the final if City go through to the final, which I don't know why, but maybe it's because you cannot play 2 different teams in the same competition, even though Semenyo played for Man City and Bournemouth in the same competition. I don't know, but anyway. But considering Mark Gui is not going to play in the final, and defensively City can struggle, and I think if Arsenal play, listen, I can talk a bit more about it afterwards when we preview Arsenal against City in the upcoming weeks. But I think like Arsenal, I think Arteta's not going to do the same mistakes as he did in September when they played against City, where he approached with a very, very defensive approach at home, and then it cost them, and they had to attack after that. So, yeah. But Arsenal have a chance of winning 4 competitions. Carabao Cup is there for the taking, of course. They have a good chance of winning the Premier League. FA Cup is a kind of a toss of a coin, but Arsenal have a great record in FA Cup historically, so why not? And Champions League, they are one of the best teams. They are one of the best teams in Europe right now. You could say they're even the best team in Europe right now in terms of form, in terms of not only in the Premier League, but also they won every game they played in the Champions League this season. So this Arsenal side, they look very, very strong, and they have a chance of winning 4 competitions. That's for sure. I don't think that's going to happen because nobody has ever done it, and you obviously have to sustain it for a long period of time to win 4 trophies, because even the great City sides, the great Liverpool sides, they never won 4 trophies. The great Man United sides, they never won 4 trophies in the same season. I'm talking about the League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League and Premier League, because I know City won 4 trophies in 2018-19, but that was Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Community Shield. So I'm talking about the intercontinental quadruple. So, but yeah, like I think this Arsenal side have a chance of winning 4 trophies. I don't think they will, but they have a chance, and for sure they have a good chance of winning the Premier League, and for sure, and therefore they take a chance to winning the Carabao Cup in March against should be Manchester City. Because, you know, I have to praise Arsenal because, you know, I hear people say that, oh, they're boring, etc., etc. I mean, if they're really boring, then why they score 4 goals against Leeds, 5 goals against Leeds at the start of the season? Why did they score 4 goals against Athletic? Why did they score 3 goals against Bayern? Why did they score 4 goals against Tottenham? Why did they score 3 goals against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final? Yes, at times they are on the eye, they don't play the most beautiful football, but when you play every single game in the Champions League this season and win all of them, and you're top of the league, 6 points clear, final of the Carabao Cup, in contention to win 4 trophies, and you're in good form, does it matter? Does it matter the way you win? Does it matter? It's about results, you know. You win trophies by results, not how you get the results. And but the people say, oh, they don't play entertainment football. I'm sorry, but if you want entertainment, go watch Circus. Because this Arsenal side, I don't support Arsenal, but this Arsenal side are in this business to win matches and to win titles. Arsenal haven't won a title, by the way, since 2004, the Premier League title. So they're trying to win their first league title since 2004. So for you to say, oh, they should play attacking football, entertainment, etc. Yeah, in the games where they against teams they should win, maybe. But sometimes it's also difficult because that team could also play with a low block. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think Arsenal get the credit that they deserve, in my opinion. Yes, this Arsenal side is not like invincible side like in 2004, for example. Even though they drew a lot of games in that year, they're still a very good side. They're still a very good side. So, and if they go on to win the Premier League and even potentially the Champions League, then yeah, then they should be up there for the best teams in conversation. But obviously, if that happens, of course. So yeah, but this Arsenal side, like they look good. They look good, and Arteta, you have to say, even though in the last 5 years they spent a lot of money, Arteta spent a lot of money. You know, he's done a fantastic job, and considering where they were finishing second 3 consecutive seasons, for the fact to come back another season and to be contention for winning 4 trophies and having a good chance of winning the Premier League, you have to give credit to Arteta and his players for that. For even despite fighting and coming back, despite they finished second 3 times in a row, still a long way to go. They haven't won anything yet, but they're in a very good position to do so. But for Chelsea and Liverpool, I mean, very disappointing. Very disappointing. I was disappointed in their performance. I thought like they'd be more attacking, they'd be more adventurous, you know. And Lee Messina said that if you attack and we press, we're losing 2-0 in the first 10-15 minutes, you get criticised. Yeah, but Arsenal were not pressing. They were like, have the ball. Come on, try to attack, break us down. And you didn't do that. You didn't like capitalize on it. You were like, no, we don't attack. Like, what is this? So, again, I think Lee Messina approached this game very wrongly, and for sure it cost one of the things that cost Chelsea place in the Carabao Cup final. Because if Chelsea went for it, who knows? Maybe they could have scored, maybe 1-0 up, and then they put more pressure on Arsenal, and more nerves on Arsenal fans as well. And who knows what could happen, you know? So yeah. Barcelona went 2-1, Copa del Rey. Barcelona went 2-1 against Albacete, the same side that beat Real Madrid last round. Barcelona went 2-1 against Albacete. They go through to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. Yeah, it was quite not easy towards the end. I mean, Barcelona were winning 2-0, but it was not easy for them towards the end because, they conceded. Albacete got one back in, and they could have scored the equaliser towards the end. if it wasn't for that header goal line clearance. So yeah, obviously they gave a good fight. They gave a good fight, to be honest, and it wasn't easy for Barcelona. But it's about winning, especially these kind of competitions, and Barcelona did that. Sorry, they threw to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Sorry, of the Copa del Rey. Carabao Cup. What am I talking about? AC Milan beat Bologna 3-0. A very impressive victory for Massimiliano Allegri's side. Goals from Nkunku, Loftus-Cheek and Rabiot. They go back to being 5 points behind Inter Milan. Very good win for AC Milan, obviously another clean sheet. A good win, a good impressive performance. Most of the good job they done was obviously actually in the first half because they were 2-0 up. And also that sealed it off even more for the 48th minute goal from Rabiot. So very good performance from AC Milan, and they're now 5 points behind Inter. AC Milan should qualify for the Champions League. For the title, I think it's going to be difficult. I think Inter Milan are still the favourites in my opinion. But who knows, if Inter start dropping a bit more points and AC Milan, keep winning, who knows what could happen. Today's Carabao Cup semi-final. You've got Manchester City against Newcastle United. Manchester City are in pole position to go through to the final and beating Newcastle in the semis, and they won 2-0 in the first leg, so they should go through in the second leg. No drama, no problems. Obviously they've not been the best run of form City since the start of 2026 in terms of the Premier League, also in the Champions League where they lost to Bodo Glimt. But City don't have to win this game really. They should qualify for the final. They're at home, so they're in a good position, and that should be the final for the Carabao Cup between Man City and Arsenal. And you've got other games also in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals. The Deportivo Alaves against Real Sociedad, Valencia against Athletic Bilbao, Inter versus Torino in the Coppa Italia quarterfinals. So yeah, that's it guys, thank you, I wish you have a nice day, see you next time, and goodbye.